Hi everyone, it's Michelle from My Oily Family Life. If you're not already following me on Facebook, please see the link in my description so you can join my group where I post daily tips and tricks for using your oils. And if you haven't started with oils yet, please connect with me here or on Facebook and I'd be happy to get you started on your oily adventure. Today, we're going to talk about using essential oils for cleaning your home. And it's just so awesome to be able to use our essential oils to create very easy to make products that will replace so many things in our homes that may be filled with toxins. And that's one thing that's just awesome about the oils. They have such an extensive amount of purposes, but they also smell amazing. I have a diffuser on right now with grapefruit and white fir. It just smells amazing. I actually have 6 diffusers in our home, 1 in each bedroom, 1 in the kitchen, 1 in the living room, and even 1 in the basement. I did say today was about cleaning, but realistically, diffusers are cleaning. Along with other things, they're also cleaning and purifying the air while being a chemical-free air freshener. Actually, air fresheners are the #1 most toxic item in our home. So if you don't know where else to start with essential oils, get a diffuser. It'll make such a difference in your life. Now, back to the actual cleaning products. We're going to be making a few different DIY products today. And I'm actually going to make them here for you so you can see them. So grab a pen and paper and let's get going. We're going to jump right in and we're going to make a 3-in-1 powder deodorizer. And you can use any container you like. A Parmesan cheese container would be really good. I don't like having to buy extra items. I like to just use ones that I have around my house. So I have an old spice container. It's got, you can see it has all the holes already on the top for shaking, which is great. You can get like a Parmesan cheese container at the dollar store. It's super cheap to buy these containers that you're going to reuse. And this is a super simple recipe. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your baking soda and you're just going to fill it up to the top. Make sure you're doing this over a sink or a bowl because it can get a little bit messy. So once you've poured in your baking soda, then you're going to add your essential oils. To this, I'm going to be adding citrus bliss. You can see that. This just smells so amazing. This is the sad part about online education. Unfortunately, you can't smell the oils yourself. So you can use any oils that you want in your cleaning products. I like to focus on using citrus oils because they're very uplifting and very cleansing. So I can never help but smell an oil when I open this bottle. I'm just going to add about 5 drops of oil in there. And then I'm going to close it up. Make sure you close the top part too. Give it a little shake just to mix around the oil, make sure it gets all through it. And now I did mention that this was a 3-in-1 cleaner. So the first thing you're going to be using this for is actually a bathroom deodorizer. And by that, I literally mean you can pop open the shaker top and you can put this on your bathroom counter or even right behind the toilet. And it's going to just act like a nice natural air deodorizer instead of using something like candles that has a lot of artificial fragrances and chemicals. This is actually just very clean. It's even supportive to the body. I personally think that the Parmesan cheese container would actually be really cute. It'd be like a nice little decoration in your bathroom. You can smell the citrus coming out of here. Your second use for this DIY is actually going to be in the bathroom as well. It's going to be your toilet bowl cleaner because of the baking soda in it. It's going to act like an abrasive. So I like to just sprinkle this right into the toilet, and then actually you're going to add in vinegar. Just pour vinegar right on top of it and make you feel like you're doing a science experiment. And you can actually do this exact same process in the bathtub and in the sink. You'll just need to add the water to clean it up a little bit. And then the third way you can use this, now I know the other ones were all in the bathroom, and you can use it in the kitchen sink too, so it's not just the bathroom. The third way you're going to use this is a carpet deodorizer. So what you're going to do for this, if you have, so it's great if you have kids or pets, you're just going to sprinkle this all around on your carpet, just let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then just vacuum it up like you would regularly when you're vacuuming. It's just gonna add a nice freshness to your carpet. Our second DIY project today is a liquid multi-purpose cleaner. And I'm actually gonna show you a few different ways that you can make this. First is the most simple. doTERRA actually makes an on-guard cleaning concentrate. So this guy right here. And I absolutely love this. It's $18.50 Canadian, the wholesale price, which is such a good deal because you can see, I don't know if you can see on the side, right there, it actually has the recipes right on it. For making a multi-purpose cleaner, you're going to be using 2 tablespoons of concentrate in 24 ounces of water. So you're going to get a ton of multi-purpose cleaners out of here. If you want to do something just for, say, the bathroom, I would use 3 tablespoons of concentrate just because you might need a little bit of a more heavy-duty clean in there. Do you know what can be a little more germs? And then you can even make dish soap. For that, you're going to be using 3 tablespoons, or sorry, you're going to be using 3 tablespoons per gallon of water. And I actually use, I make it, and I put it in this little container. I absolutely love mason jars, so that it's just an adorable container that I found at Giant Tiger. I think it's so cute with the on top. There's so many different ways that you can use the cleaner concentrate. I even like to make disinfecting wipes with it. So what you're going to do for that, in a bowl, you're going to combine 2 cups of water with 2 tablespoons of cleaning concentrate. And I've already got this started here because it does take a couple minutes. In that bowl, you're going to put in a roll of paper towel that you've cut to size to fit into the container that you're going to put it in. And I'm going to be putting it into a baby wipes container just because I love how it has the top to pull the pieces out. You could use another, like you had a Clorox wipes container, you could use that to repurpose it. But you just want to cut the paper towel to size before you start soaking it. So you can soak it in there for a couple minutes, and once it's been soaking, you can actually pull out the inner roll, that tube, just so that it fits in the container a little bit nicer. And depending on the brand of paper towel that you use, you might need to use a little bit more, maybe a little bit less water. And then you can transfer it once it's soaked up all the water. See, this is actually, it worked perfectly. The 2 cups worked amazing. You're going to put it, make sure you find where the beginning of your roll is. Put that right into your container. And I'm going to pass that top one through. And there we go. We have our very own disinfecting wipes. Amazing. So back to that multi-purpose thing though. I did say we were going to make it a couple different ways. I'll step out of the way here. So the second, and actually at the third time, we're going to make a vinegar and water sort of combination. So I have a couple things over here. Just empty out my measuring cup. So in my measuring cup, I'm going to put 1 cup of water. Just check the measurement there. And to that, I'm going to be adding a 1/4 cup of vinegar. So I'll just measure that out here. There we go. And now I'm going to add my lemon essential oil to this one. I love cleaning with lemon. It just smells so fresh, so clean. In this, I have about 10 drops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 drops of lemon essential oil. Now, you can use this just the way it is. It would be great for cleaning windows and mirrors. So what I'm going to do is I have a small little glass bottle here. I'm just going to give this a little swish around. And I'm going to put some of that into there. Perfect. And that is going to be my glass cleaner. Now, if you want something more multi-purpose, to have a little bit more of a disinfecting quality to it, I would add, I would add then 2 teaspoons of Castile soap. So I'm just going to put that in there and measure it out. So 1 teaspoon, and 2 teaspoons, getting a little bit bubbly in there with the vinegar. Give it a little stir. And then to that, I like to add On Guard essential oil, just because this is really, really disinfecting oil. This is the doTERRA's protective blend, if you're not familiar with it. It's really great for disinfecting. So I'm going to add probably another 5 drops in there. And what I'm going to do is then transfer that into another container that's going to be used for my multi-purpose cleaning. Awesome. So many different cleaning products. So now, it's not going on properly. I had to look at what I was doing. We're going to finish off today with a few more homemade cleaning products that are all going to be for your laundry room. And the first one's actually going to be my favorite DIY to make. It's laundry soap. If there's one cleaning product that you need to change, this is it. Because our clothes are touching our skin all day long. Laundry soap is usually the root cause when it comes to people with skin problems like eczema. So this is such an easy way, and actually it's even more affordable to clean your clothes this way, to make your own laundry soap. So for this, you're going to need a large container. I'm actually going to be using my mop bucket. And you also want to have something prepared to transfer this into, some kind of a large jug, because it does make 7 liters. That's a huge amount. So make sure you have something. I actually use a repurposed laundry soap jug, because why buy something when you don't have to? And I know you're probably thinking, you know, we're not supposed to put oils in plastic. And that is true, but it is extremely diluted. And the biggest concern with putting oils in plastic is when you're putting them in a water bottle and you're going to be drinking the water, because if it starts to break down that plastic, then you're drinking it. And we just don't want that to happen. So this recipe, super easy. And I love that we're using similar ingredients in each DIY, because then you can go somewhere like Costco, buy these items in bulk. It makes them even cheaper. So in my mop bucket, I am going to start with 1 cup of Castile soap. And I put it over here. So this is Castile soap. If you don't know, you can pick this up at Costco. It's just a all natural organic soap base. It's great. Somewhere like Costco, you're gonna get this huge jug for like $15. And I use it for so many DIYs. And you're using so little at a time. I think actually this recipe for the laundry soap, for using 1 cup, that's the most I use in any of my DIYs. They're using like tablespoons and teaspoons. So I'm gonna put my 1 cup Castile soap in there. And then, I'm gonna check my recipe over here so I don't mess up. I'm gonna put in another 1 cup of baking soda. Great. 1 cup of baking soda into the mop bucket. Finally, where we add our liquids, 1/3 of a cup of coarse salt. Make sure you're using coarse salt for this. Don't want to use table salt. 1/3 of a cup. And as I'm pouring that in, I'm actually going to turn my water on, because you want the water to be really warm, even hot, when you mix it in, because you want the ingredients to start dissolving. That being said, this recipe will start to settle. So every time you are going to use it, you just want to give the container a good shake. And a good tip that I like to use here, because I am using a very large container, which is pretty big if you have to shake it every time. So make it in a big one, shake it up really, really good, and then transfer some of it into a smaller container. So then each time you go to use it, just give it a little swirl and go ahead and use it.
Super simple. So let's see if my water is up there. Perfect. Now, when you add the water to your mop bucket, what I like to do, instead of trying to guess how much 7 liters is, or even if you pre-measured and you drew a line, it's got the soap in it. It's got the cast off soap. So it's going to start to bubble up. You may not be able to tell exactly how full it is. So what I'm doing is actually filling up the container that I'm going to be transferring it into. So then I'll know exactly how much water I have. Minus a little bit, because we did put in, you know, the cup of cast off soap, cup of baking soda, and the third cup of the salt. So I think we're getting close here. This container does hold 7 liters. So it's a perfect size for making my laundry soap. I hope you can hear me over my water running. Let's see how much water we've got in here. We're almost there. Just about full. Water got really hot. It's steaming at the end here. Okay, so now I'm going to take my 7 liters of water and I'm going to dump it right into my mop bucket with all my other ingredients. And like I said, because you have soap in there, it is going to start to bubble up. And that's okay. And we do want to be adding the water before we add our essential oils. So just make sure you haven't put them in yet. So before we add the oils in, I just want to give it a little bit of a whisk. Make sure all that salt, all that baking soda is all dissolved. And you're going to be using this laundry soap just like any regular laundry soap, even in your high efficiency machines. So whatever it calls for normally, that's what you'll be putting in. All right, so now I'm going to add my essential oils. And with this one, I'm going to be adding lemon and orange. So grab them here, remember my orange, and I lost my lemon. Where did my lemon oil go? There it is. So depending on how strong you want your laundry detergent to be, I put between 20 to 40 drops total. So I'm probably going to put, I think with these two, I'll do a total of 30. So I'm going to be putting 15 in each, the lemon and the orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Perfect. And then give it one more little whisk. Now I'm probably going to actually let this one cool a bit before I start pouring it back into the container that I'm going to be keeping it in, because the water is quite warm. I turned it all the way to hot, so it might be a little bit difficult if I slipped and spilled. I wouldn't want to burn myself. So we're just going to let that one sit there for a little bit and cool down. So now you have your laundry soap. But how about the fabric softener? So simple and easy to make, just like our other products. Very easy. Sorry, I had to pause you for just 1 second there. I had to go check on something. So our fabric softener. We're actually going to make 2 different fabric softeners. One is going to be made with white vinegar. So you're actually going to need a liter of white vinegar and then 10 drops of your favorite essential oil. So like I said, I love repurposing bottles. So I'm actually going to make this in a wine bottle. And if you have any bottles that you want to repurpose that have any labels on the side, a great tip for that is to use your lemon essential oil. And you can actually fill your sink up with hot water. Sorry, there is zero on this right now. You can fill your sink up with hot water and a couple drops of lemon oil. Soak those bottles in there and the peel will come right off. So I'm going to put my 1 liter of white vinegar, almost a liter. It's not an exact science. And then you're going to add your essential oils. So for this one, I'm actually going to use rosemary and lemon. Really, really, really nice combination. And, you know, only a couple drops of each will do for this. I'm going to do about 7 or 8. 5, 6, 8. Sorry, I'm off camera there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Throw the lid on there. There you have it. Just make sure nobody drinks it. Whenever you're repurposing bottles and making your own DIYs, make sure to label them properly because people are not going to know what's in there. So the second fabric softener that we're going to make, because you might not be a fan of white vinegar, some people aren't, we're going to use Epsom salt. So I have a jar, of course, mason jar. What else? I'm going to put my laundry soap here on the floor so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so we are going to add in this jar 2 cups of Epsom salt. Sorry, we're going to be using 2 cups of Epsom salt and half a cup of baking soda. So my Epsom salt over here. Measure that out. So that's 1 cup. We get the second cup. All right, and I think I spilled a little, so I'm just going to add a little bit more in there. And then half a cup of baking soda. I'm using all of my measuring spoons here. I have lots of dishes to do. All right, half a cup of baking soda. Perfect, and then you can add your essential oils. For this one, I'm going to be adding geranium and lavender. So I will grab them here. My lavender is hiding on me, there it is. And again, you know, just maybe 8 or 10 drops of each. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My lavender. These are such calming, relaxing oils, so great for your laundry. 6, 7, 8, perfect. And then the great thing about mason jars, oh, there's my lid. I can throw the lid on top and give it a shake. Remember, label it, make sure people know what it is. For this one, you're going to be using about a half a cup. Or sorry, for the liquid fabric softener, you want to use about half a cup in your regular machines and a quarter cup if you have a high efficiency. Sorry, my cat's trying to get out of my kitchen. Sorry, I think it was just banging on the door there. And then for your liquid fabric softener, you would only use about 2 to 3 tablespoons and just throw it in on the rinse cycle. If you have that On Guard cleaning concentrate that we talked about, I like to also use this as a pre-treat stain remover. So what I like to do is add it straight as the concentrate into a roller bottle. You could also do this in a small glass spray bottle if you wanted to, like the one we used for the glass cleaner. Just throw the ball on the top. And then you can roll this for easy application for pre-treating your stains. And I just want to add really quickly about dryer sheets. They're actually the #2 most toxic item in our home after the air freshener. So a really simple alternative to this is wool balls. Now these ones are actually from doTERRA, but you can pretty much pick these up anywhere nowadays. And you just add your essential oils to them right before throwing them in the dryer. So I like to add Purify is a great one, or lavender, geranium, any of those. They just smell really nice. But they tend to not get rid of the static like those chemical fabric sheets do. So what I like to do, and this is something that I found out and I love it, is take a chunk of pink Himalayan salt, and I like to just put that into an old sock. tie up the end, and then you're just going to throw that into the dryer along with your dryer balls. It'll last quite a long time actually, so just one chunk of that. So there's a ton of great recipes there for you to get started with your DIY. I just really want to emphasize that it is so easy to make your own cleaning products and definitely better for you as well as cheaper than buying them from the store. I really love making my own DIYs because then I know that I'm in control of what I'm exposing my family to. And that's why I also love to use that knowledge that I gained to assist other people, usually moms, to have more control of having a natural and holistic life themselves for their families. So tons of recipes for you to get started with. Feel free to make one, make them all. Let me know how it goes. If you have other recipes that you like to use in your home, comment, let us know. Different ones we can try. I would love to hear some new ones. Maybe you have some that I don't use myself. But like I said, if you want to join my Facebook group, My Oily Family Life, I'm putting the link in the description. And if you don't already have essential oils in your life, connect with me because I would love to help you get started on your oily adventure. See you next time, guys. Until then, happy oiling.